Welcome to Dynamic Duos episode 4 on Boston United FM. In this video we have transferred two of the best players in the world to Boston United in Conference North. Making the move from PSG to the Pilgrims are Kylian Mbappe and Neymar. Who will leave first? How big will any transfer fee be to leave Boston, and how well will they do before they depart? Let's find out. It's June 2022, so we're at the stage where each player's 3-year contract is up. Boston are incredibly in League 2 at this point, so there has been a couple of promotions. Let's check the squad. Right, let's just have a look for a bit of Neymar and a bit of Mbappe. Right, so they don't seem to be there. They've got this Moroccan guy, Ben El Mahani, not sure who he is, and Tyrese Shade from St Kitts and Nevis. But right, let's have a look at the transfer history. Okay, so Neymar has finally got his move to Real Madrid in August 2021, just before the transfer window shuts, for £46.5 million. Then if we go back through, and there's Mbappe getting his transfer to Liverpool, what the Liverpool fans were aiming for in 2020 as well, at the end of that first season. Looks like it is on transfer deadline day, 1st of September 2020, £91 million after one season in Conference North. Let's have a look and see how he's been getting on. So that first season there, 35 goals in 42 games, plus 14 assists, including 15 player of the matches, averaging over 8. And then a fantastic start to life in the Vanarama National. So there's obviously been a promotion in that first season, as seems to be quite normal in these Dynamic Duos episodes. Scoring 5 goals in his first 4 games, which has then seen Liverpool pay £91 million for that talent. Player of the match in 3 of those 4 games. And obviously Neymar was still there at the time, so it does look like Mbappe may have outshone Neymar at the start. And then in his Premier League seasons he's scored 20 and 30 and then 16 and 36. If we just go back, and again it seems that playing in Vanarama North is apparently not good enough to play for your country. Again in Vanarama National, although there wouldn't be any national games before his transfer, and then going back up to the Premier League level, he's then started playing for France again. Obviously that £91 million is a little bit of a downgrade on his transfer to PSG from Monaco a few years ago, where he had that loan spell before going for £159 million. But still, that's a massive amount of money, especially for a club in non-league. Then if we just have a look for the rest of that season, see if Boston bought anybody. No, all free transfers and loan signings. So they've not actually put any of that £91 million back into the playing squad. Let's go back through. There's Neymar with his £46.5 million. Okay, they've started to spend some money. Maybe the manager has been given a transfer budget at last. Spending £92,000 on Isaiah Baisley-Graham, who has since played 8 games and scored twice. But, wow, that's from fullback. Mackenzie Hunt from Stalybridge for £7,500. Looks a pretty regular player. And then some more down the bottom there from Lincoln, Max Melbourne, the left back, Hereford Lockett from Bolton, who's a winger, and then Jamie Record, another left back, but this time from Sutton. Okay, let's have a look at Neymar, see how he's been doing at Real Madrid and at Boston. So in that first season in Vanarama North, 27 goals in 41 games, and an incredible 32 assists as well. 19 Player of the Match awards, an average rating of 8.38, so maybe he wasn't outshone by Mbappe. They pretty much did similar. Mbappe scored more goals, but then Neymar got more assists than goals, which is incredible. Into the Vanarama National, 43 appearances, 29 goals, so a couple more goals. 13 assists and more Player of the Match awards, but slightly less on the average rating. And then a good start in League Two, 3 goals in 6 appearances, 2 assists, 3 player of the matches, averaging over 8, where he's finally earned his move back to Spain to play for Real Madrid, £46.5 million. And he's done alright for them, to be fair. 29 appearances in the league, 10 goals, 6 assists, averaging nearly 8. But if we have a look at his international record, so yeah, still not playing for his country in Conference North. And the same in Vanarama National as well. Still no games. Or in League Two. But then, as soon as he goes up to Real Madrid, he's back in the squad. A couple of games for Brazil in there with a nice little assists. Right, let's have a look at Boston. If we just have a look at the managers, so you'd assume that Craig Elliott's done all right, considering he won the league. So he won promotion via a championship in April 2020, but left fairly early on in the next season, despite the fact I believe they got promoted again. So if we have a look at competitions and domestic leagues, so in 1920 they finished first, then the next season they actually finished second. So why did Elliott get sacked? Okay, that would have been via the playoffs, but let's just have a look. So he was sacked in November 2020, which if we scroll down, okay, so they've had a bit of a bad run, but an alright start for a promoted side. But it does seem that once Elliott's left, and we'll have a look who the replacement was, and then second half of the season they've pretty much stormed it and gone through into the playoffs, beaten Harrogate at home, and then gone to Wembley and beaten Notts County in front of 38,815. If we go back to those managers, so it was Phil Parkinson that took over, former Bolton and Bradford manager. So he then left and he must have gone somewhere else. He's then actually gone back to Reading, which I believe is where he used to play, yeah. So he's been poached. And then it's Gareth Ainsworth, former Wycombe Wanderers manager. Which was his previous job, so he left Wycombe, was sacked in September 21, and then about 6 weeks later he took over at Boston. And he's actually led Boston to 14th in League Two. If we have a look at the league table, yeah, respectable league position, especially with no Neymar or Mbappe in there. 59 points, well clear of relegation. If we have a look up the top, so 7th place will be the last playoff. So 13 points off there, so as mid-table as you're going to get. Right, let's have a look at the Vanarama National for the previous season. So there we go, coming in behind Sutton, who won the league, 4 points behind them in the end, scoring the same amount of goals but conceding less, and ending up winning promotion via the playoffs. And if we go to that first season in Conference North, 42 games, 34 won, just the 2 losses, and a massive 111 scored, including 7 against Kings Lynn, even though Kings Lynn came second, but then they were a huge margin behind. I think this has been one of the most successful dynamic duos of the series so far. Boston are in League Two. They've survived losing the 2 big names, getting millions of pounds for it. Haven't quite invested the full amount just yet. They've spent less than £250,000. But they're in League Two, and they've got a good manager to hopefully take them up again. If you've enjoyed the content of this video, please don't forget to leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.